What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000, back in the place to be, and welcome back to the MMO Hopper. Today we're taking a look at one of the most popular multiplayer online RPGs available on mobile. That's right, this is Summoners Wars. This game makes so much money. It's so popular. It always has like in between 800 to a few thousand people watching it on Twitch at all times of the day. Summoners War. So I had to jump in and see what the hype was all about, and I understand. I said something very similar when I reviewed Marvel Future Fight. This is another title that does an extremely good job as coming into this game as a free player. This game does a really good job at making you feel welcome. It gives you tons of stamina to use, tons of heroes right off the bat, tons of like bonuses to kind of keep you engaged. This is not a game where you will run out of content to play in like an hour, like Ninja Turtles Legends. Yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting that game down in every single video because it deserves it. It's not like a game like Ninja Turtles Legends where you can burn out of your stamina within an hour and like, what do I do? This game gives you tons of content as a free player, tons of gameplay. I'm just gonna jump into a little combat scenario really quick, just kind of show you the combat as we go along. I'm gonna do one that's not very hard, so I don't have to pay attention to it. Start the battle. Ah, crap. Hold on. Let me switch you around. That's my PvP guy. Let's do that. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. This is a level 8 encounter anyway. But yeah, this game does a fantastic job as a free-to-play game, bringing you into the game and making you feel welcome and not feeling like you're ripped off. And on top of that, let's just do autoplay for this first one here. I love the fact that this game has a ×3 mode, so you can get through combat very, very fast. Just like all of the other autoplay RPGs that I kind of show on this channel, autoplay is strictly for farming. It's strictly for content that is you already out gear and out level. When it comes to PvP and when it comes to high level encounters, you definitely want to kind of use your abilities based off of strategy, not just what the computer thinks is the right move at that time. So there's heals, there's AoE damage, there's debuffs, there's things like that you're gonna need to manually control in situations where the combat is a little bit more difficult. But for stuff like this is just farming, just trying to get materials and whatnot. Very easy to use autoplay, and the fact that it has a ×3 mode, kind of for me, I kind of like games that give you like raid tickets and sweep tickets and whatever all the names of the games come up with. But in this game, you don't have an ability to instantly defeat an encounter without actually bringing your party in and actually doing the encounter. There's no sweep tickets at all in this game. But I give it a pass because of the ×3 mode makes it a little bit easier to go through, and it's not as annoying. So let's kind of go through a slightly higher level encounter here. And then after this, we'll kind of show you some of the heroes that I have, and we'll talk a little bit about the other aspects of the title here. So as far as graphics are concerned, the graphics are good. The only reason why I don't really like this game, for me personally, and this is a subjective opinion, I don't like the art style. I don't like any of the heroes. I don't like any of like the design of the heroes at all. I see what they're going here. I see what they're trying to go for, but I don't really like the old school PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 style polygonal graphics. It's just not for me. It's just not. I got this, I mean, it's not bad looking though, so I'm trying to be very careful with how I say it. It's not like it's a bad looking game. I just don't really like the art style. But that's me. A lot of people obviously do love the art style of this game. Tons of people are playing it. So, screw what I got to say. Don't worry about it. So as you can see right here, autoplay didn't really do a good job here. I definitely could have kept my little penguin alive had I taken over before, but that is what it is. And just like in normal fashion here, if somebody dies in your team, actually no, this is not one of those games. I actually take that back. This is not one of those games where it's 3-star, is it? Let's take a look at that real quick. Get out of my face. Oh yeah, we'll talk about Cash Shop in a second. Yeah, so this is not one of those games where you have to 3-star every level. As long as you beat it, you beat it. So that's that. So that kind of gives you an idea of how the PvE works. There are also a lot of different content to play. So there's a story mode, progression style combat when it comes to PvE. Of course, there's going to be normal, there's hard, and then there's hell mode. So you'll go through these PvE maps at least 3 times. And so there's tons of content. There is so many, I don't even want to say hours of content. Like there's months of content to play just to kind of get get through this if you're a free-to-play player. Yeah, you got a lot to do here. And then, of course, there are also separate dungeons that you can do as well. So if you want to just fight kind of like a boss battle here, and I'll kind of show you this real quick. It's just a lot of variety here. I don't really care about leader skills at the moment. There's just a ton of variety here in this game. All right, so we'll just kind of blast through this real quick so I can kind of show you what boss fights look like again. Very easy. And this, if you go to Twitch right now, I guarantee you will see channels and channels and channels filled with people going through this dungeon, getting mats, leveling up, and whatnot. This is kind of like the bulk of the game right here that I see when I go to Twitch. I know there's probably more to the game I haven't seen just yet, but this is what a lot of people on Twitch are doing right now, grinding through this Dragon's Lair. Obviously at higher levels. They're not doing the level 20 scrub things, but you know what I'm talking about. So here's my little team right here. Got a couple of tanks here. Oh, enough about my team. Dragon time. So I kind of like how the bosses are always like too big for the stage, and you're kind of fighting their hands or their chests or something like that. But I'm about to lose my little elf chick on the far left there. Looks like it. Yeah, down she goes. Somebody heal! Easy, easy. GG. Barely there, barely. And down goes the boss. So, like I was saying, when it comes to PvE, there is a ton of content, and the encounters are very interesting. This is pretty cool. I can use that to upgrade one of my characters there. So let's return back to the map. So here is kind of like your headquarters, your base of operations. There's a few things that you can do here. Some of these things are just basically required, and I don't even know why they exist. Like this is a summoning circle here where you'll go here to summon new heroes. I'm running out of, oh yeah, I'm out of slots here. I'm not really worried. Whatever. Let's just open that up. That's not too expensive, is it? I don't know how valuable those mana stones are in the grand scheme of things, but whatever. Just for video's sake, we'll summon a hero here. We'll skip this animation, and then we have a little gray hero, or I don't know. They're probably not called heroes. They're probably just called monsters in this game. So here's a little monster here. It's gray, so you'll pretty much the only use for these right here are to upgrade your other heroes or monsters or whatever. Let's go ahead and summon something out of this mystical scroll. Got a level 3 martial artist, and like I said, the graphics are clean. The graphics have a lot of personality. I just don't like the art style. It doesn't make me really like excited to summon anybody, just because I don't really feel like that connected to them at all. But whatever, if you like this art style, there is a lot of cool monsters in the game for you. Here is my little magic knight. There you go. This guy right here is just upgrade material, so I need to get rid of her, or rid of it. There's a little fairy, there's a little penguin knight. I mean, it's just not my type of graphic style, but whatever. The game is good. There are some cool looking guys in this game. Like I like this little Minotauros here. What else do we have here? There's the martial arts we just got. There's a little elven archer. This little hellhound looks all right. There's that little bat. The war bear looks cool. So there's a few. There's a few that I kind of like. I just want it to be. Let's take a look at this dwarf. There's Viking. He looks okay. It's, you know, whatever. To each his own. But that kind of gives you an idea of all of the heroes that I've gotten. I haven't spent a dime in this game. And I feel like when it comes to this title here, there is quite a few, and I don't have like my new player package anymore. There was a new player package that they offered me that was really like super cheap. It was like $1. But I don't think it exists anymore. So this game does have, you know, really expensive macro transactions, definitely not micro, but it did have a good degree of little small $1, $3, $4, $5 types of transactions. And the fact that I got so much gameplay out of playing for free, it didn't feel egregious. It wasn't like a slap in the face. So I was totally fine with the microtransactions that they presented me when I first started playing the game. So that's that. So you have this little headquarters here where you can actually put up little, take a look at this. You have little areas that you can put here. And I can make a wish. Once again, it's just like a lot of those games where you log in, there's lots of things to click on and things to collect. As opposed to just being little icons on your screen, they're actual structures in your base. That's pretty much all it is. So this is my little summoning circle. This is my little upgrade circle. Here's a little place that mines for crystals for me. It's exactly like having like little buttons on your screen, but you have like this little headquarters that you can actually interact with. So that's all it is. Like this right here is my battle button, but there's no reason for me to press that because I can just press that. So, I mean, it gives you a little something else to look at. I'm okay with it just being a plain screen with just buttons, but once again, to each his own. There's also this interesting defense mechanic in the game. So I have a team set up here to defend my castle, and people can actually come and attack me. And the more successful I am at defending my castle, the more rewards I get as well. So very interesting dynamic there. Of course, there is PvP as well. So let's go take a look at some of the PvP in the arena. One thing I really like about this game, once again, is that it has separate currency for PvE and PvP. So if I want to go and fight somebody in PvP, like this random level 7 person or this hot chick, hey, Shir, how you doing? Want to send me a message? I'm totally joking, but not really. If you're hot, send me a message. So the PvP, we'll just battle her just for giggles. She doesn't obviously play the game anymore. Actually, make sure my leader is that there. So we'll do a little bit of PvP here to kind of end the video off. So kind of final impressions on Summoner's War. I see why it's one of the most popular games on mobile. I see why people are watching it all the time on Twitch. There's a lot of different aspects to this game. There's a ton of content. It's pretty fair for a free player when you're first starting out as far as trying to wrestle cash out of you. I'm sorry, Larry Sheer. I'm sorry there. Anyway, but I get why it's so popular. I really do. It's not going to be a game that, for me, just because the art style is just kind of a turnoff. The main draw for games like this for me is collecting really cool heroes and really cool characters. But if I can't get behind the heroes and the characters, I'm not going to be excited to collect them. Like in Marvel, I'm like super excited to collect, heroes because I think they're awesome. I don't really get a kick out of Penguin Knight. That's just me. I don't get a kick out of collecting this guy, but I know a lot of other people do. So this game, I still highly recommend it. I had a really good time playing it. It didn't try to wrestle any money out of me. I got tons of hours of gameplay out of it. So highly recommended. Once again, my name is FG3000. This is the MMO Hopper, and I'll see you next video. Later.